Yo, what's good? I'm gonna be telling you about the time I got robbed. I was definitely knocking on death's door. So the story starts on my way to university. The drive was approximately 4 hours and I was halfway there. The area was as dry as a desert and my butt was beginning to hurt. So I was hoping for a nearby gas station. I began to look at my phone to see if there were any ops on the road because the app I used shows the route and the cops hideout, and I actually saw one. I looked up, slowed down, and drove like a regular Samaritan. After a minute of driving, in the distance, I saw a green paper figure on the ground. At first, I thought I was tripping, but as I got closer, I saw that it was a $100 bill. Now, I knew I had to be careful. I know a lot of people who took the bait and are now unable to tell the story. So I chose to stay in the car and drive to the bill. With my doors locked, I got closer and closer, and then the ground started to collapse. The ground fell apart and I was now falling down a hole. Then I landed in some sort of cave. It was huge. Boss, it damn near looked like the Bat Cave. The sunlight was glaring through the hole, so I was able to see. I was bewildered and appalled by the madness that just bestowed upon me. I hopped out the car to see if there was a path I could follow to get out. As I look around, I see a figure in the shadows move. I got very concerned at that point, so I chose to get a closer look. And then all of a sudden, the ground starts to shake and the platform that the car is on starts to rise up. After a second of standing there appalled, I tried running to the car, but as soon as you know it, the platform rises to the top and it's just straight darkness with some light glaring through. The moment before I was about to start punching the air, I heard a noise coming behind me. I turned around and out of nowhere a person came behind me and stole my car keys out of my pocket. Then the thief starts running. With my 10 plus years of playing Assassin's Creed in limited athleticism, I chased the thief. After a minute of running after him, he stops. Then he runs to the right, grabs a boat, and then jumps off. I was confused until I got to where he was. The path ended, but when I looked down, there was an endless river going forward. I looked around, but I didn't see any boats nearby, so I had to find another way. I looked around and saw another pathway. However, damn near half the platform was gone, and below it was just straight up death. Yes, sir. What? You expected me to be terrified? Huh. Hell nah. I jumped on those platforms like Mario. Then I came across a huge wall with a ladder in the way. I climbed to the top and I saw a steep slide down the wall. As I looked down, all I could think about was what Joe Rogan once said: good things comes to those who wait. And I was not waiting. I grabbed my balls and slid down that slide like crack. As I'm getting lower, I began to see that there was nothing I could land on. There was only a ledge I could hold on to. As soon as I'm about to reach the end, I jumped and beautifully grabbed onto the ledge. Then I shimmied until I was able to climb onto the platform. When I looked down, I saw that I was ahead of the guy. I continued forward and ran into another obstacle. This time, things were different. It was a puzzle. There was a board on the left and a door with a lock on it to the right. I'm telling you right now, I'd rather go on a marathon than do puzzles. But in Uncharted, they were kinda fun, so I said why not. I walked up to the board and it said to solve the following quadratic equation and input it into the safe. Yeah, whoever created this must have been high. I walked to the edge and as soon as the guy in the boat was near, I jumped. I landed on him and knocked both of us out. But he got up first and swam to the nearest boulder. I got up right after him and swam like Michael Phelps. Then we eventually ended up in a tunnel that had stairs leading up to the surface. Then he stopped and turned around. The man looked old and dusty with Balenciagas on. The old man said to me that he was sorry and he actually fell down the hole a long time ago falling for the same trick. He said he then found a way to get out, but didn't because he said that if he was to go back out, then he would have nothing to go back to. So he chose to stay in the cave and wait for someone else to fall down the hole and help him out. As soon as he was about to tell me his tragic backstory, I ran up to him and smacked the shit out of him. I then took my keys and got up out that cave. I went back to my car and drove straight to university. I was not gonna be late because an old man wanted to tell me his life story. The freak I look like. A therapist? But this isn't where the story ends. About 1 hour later into this drive, I look at my car's mirror and I see the same old man riding a bike chasing after me. It is beyond me how he caught up. He then began to start throwing rocks at my car and sticking a middle finger at me. So you know what I did? I simply slowed down enough to the point where he was next to me and then rammed him off the bike causing him to fall. Then I never saw him again. As y'all been listening, I have shown patterns and behaviors that mimic the people's imperfect acquisitions. Because of this, I cannot construct my perfect essence and concisiveness in a sentence or two vividly displaying the main themes throughout this poem. The moral of the story is that we should always be mindful of the fact that anybody can be going through something difficult in their life and that small acts of kindness can make a big impact. So yeah, be kind.